First time since December. Let's roll it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Scope.
And now, here are your hosts, Jared, Adam, and Shane.
Hey, everybody. It is The Scope Show with Jared, Adam, and Shane, episode 297. It's a little different this time, guys. A little different.
A little bit.
We
are remote.
Normally, Adam sits to the left. Jared sits to the right. Not in this particular case. We are all quarantined at home. Jared's cracking a cool one. Adam's got the big thumbs up. Looking
Zoom
back,
warriors, that's what we are.
Our last episode was December 23rd, 2019, the holiday special.
We ate a lot of stuff that day.
It was
had a lot of snacks.
The great food sample.
I still have one of those cinnamon Cokes in my fridge.
Delicious.
I have some of the cinnamon Kit Kats, and I threw away one of the Elf on a Shelf pastries just the other day as I was cleaning out our pantry to make room for rice and beans.
Rice and beans. What's your go-to rice and beans? Where'd you get them?
I don't know. Jasmine rice, and we have beans that we probably will never use.
I've been making an effort to cook my beans. I've made a ham and bean soup, and then I made my own refried beans. So I've now used 2 of the 8 1-pound bags that I bought before lockdown, and then I also have like a big 4-pound bag that I got at the Mexican grocery store.
You instant pot in those?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, no pre-soak.
No, it's great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Shane, are you using your Instant Pot at all?
We're making soup tomorrow. Perfect. We're making soup tomorrow.
What kind of soup? This is what content is now. It's talking about what you're cooking. It's bread.
We're making a wild rice soup, chicken wild rice soup.
I've done that.
Instantly.
If you have a good recipe, I will happily take that from you.
All right. So hey, before we get into what our meal plans are for the next 3 weeks, I suppose we should sort of talk about the fact that it's been 5 months since we've done a show, and in the past we've talked about how the world has changed. Ha ha ha! We have a new president, but it really has at this point. It's slightly different. So I don't know. We took a little time to figure stuff out. I don't know.
The world is insane. I don't even know. I mean, they're talking about possibly throwing charges at Obama now. So who knows what's happening next?
Just like Adam predicted back in 2016.
He did.
I think what I said. You mean in 2017 during when he got? And I think I said maybe it'll be okay. and then I spent a couple years saying, well, it's really bad, but at least we're white guys, so it's okay for us. And then now it's just there's no silver lining, I guess.
This disease gets white guys, from what I understand. Not as much as other people, maybe, but white guys can still get it, right?
But guys, the cure can't be worse than the disease. Just so you know.
Wow.
You understand that,
so I think that what's going to happen, number one,
I don't really believe that.
People can notice that we're doing this via Zoom, which means, hey, we've got Scope Show video, so that's pretty exciting, right?
I mean, if you're just listening to the podcast in the feed, it's probably no different. It's exactly no different. But if you're inclined to see what quarantine looks like for the 3 of us, if this works, we'll throw it up on the YouTube.
Right. To my rear, you can see toys, so that is pretty exciting. So I really do live the life that I talk about on this show.
I live in a featureless void like John Oliver.
Right. The other thing that we tried to be judicious about was our discussion of politics in the state of the world. Sometimes we would get into it, but we didn't try to alienate or hurt too many feelings. But I have a sneaking suspicion that it will not be that way for the Scope, at least in the short to medium to long term. So if you get tired of politics talk or people complaining about death counts or any of those things, part of the Scope is not going to be for you. But I think that, thank you. I think that it's something that we will cover because we have to, because as Jared said, it is a part of regular life. It is a part of our life now. So
is this where we start we're doing a watch along to the Plandemic?
Yeah. This is all you guys, synchronize up and hit play when I count down.
Adam,
Okay.
why did you not talk about in our pitch meeting earlier when we were trying to come up with ideas? That's a perfect episode right there. So yeah, I mean, I've talked to Jared every day. I don't talk to Adam as much. I check in with him, but I'm curious, Adam, how have you been handling this isolation? Have you been staying close to home? How is it with a young child? I mean, I've got a 15-year-old who loves it because she doesn't love it. She loves the fact that she can stay away from me. She does not love the fact she has to stay away from her friends.
How does she get to stay away from you? Just her room?
She goes in her room. It's sleeps till 1.
It's summer.
Half her day's gone. Doesn't have to worry about it.
I wish I could sleep till 1.
Yeah, me too.
So how's it been going for you, Adam?
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, very well, because other people have it way, way worse.
Right.
It has been hard. We were supposed to go to Miami for my cousin's wedding on the March 16th, I think. It was whatever day the NBA canceled the season.
Sure.
That's
said, my benchmark for the entire pandemic as well.
Yep.
What does the NBA do?
Exactly. That Adam Silver guy, he knows what he's doing, I guess. He's also half snake, so I don't know what to think about.
Oh, he's not fully human.
It's very strange.
Related to Stephen Miller, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we called it off. We called it off before the NBA canceled the season, but then they followed us, I guess.
I think they did.
Yeah. And so we took Will out of daycare starting then. So that meant, like what you hear everyone else talking about, except we don't have a kid that you can have the TV babysit him.
Good
for some
for
amount of
you.
time. So it's been
bouncy chair, perhaps. Does that help?
A what?
A bouncy chair of some sort?
Sure. I mean, everything works for 5 minutes, and then he's on to the next thing. And it's really hard to fill. Whoa. The light bulb turned on. That's been off for about 2 weeks.
Pandemic ghost.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just hard to fill a lot of 5 minutes day after day after day.
Right. And you're both home, wife and Adam. So you're tag
teaming,
but it's still hard, right?
Yeah. So I mean, she finished radiation in February, and then
perfect timing.
Yeah, I mean, it was considering. There's a lot of people that had to go, that are going in for radiation right now, and like you don't want to be in a hospital, right? It's the last place you want to be. So she was done with that, and she actually started working mid-April. She went back to work. Her job's going to be remote anyway, so it's fine. But it just meant we were splitting the day, and it was hard. So we sent him back to daycare last Monday, which has been nice for us and for him. It seems like too, though drop off has been awful. He's he got real used to like hanging out with us, I think.
From what I understand, the state regulations for drop off is there's like a cardboard box you drop them into, you drive away, and then they come out and get them.
They have like a little pulley system where they pull them up onto
no
the
contact drop off.
Yeah, drop off's weird now. You drop them off at the door. You don't go in, to the class. Right. You don't go into the building. You don't go into his classroom. You like the front door. You drop him off. So he doesn't like that. He's a little particular. Yeah. But I mean, otherwise, I don't know. It's like kind of been the same. I mean, I'll tell you, I'm jealous of people. Like, he's great. He's a cool guy now that, he's 19 months old. Like he does stuff, but I tell all my friends and coworkers, I'm like, hey, I'm jealous of you because you could be doing whatever. I mean, none of them are. It's like summer break where you're like, oh no, it's the middle of August and I didn't do anything yet. But I can still be jealous of them.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
It's a defining characteristic of you.
Yeah, I consider myself very fortunate to not have to deal with children during this whole stretch. I mean, I just have to basically keep Angela fed and myself sane. And that's relatively easy to do. So I have a lot of empathy for people who are dealing with children and having to either rear them, keep them safe, keep them sane, in some cases educate them. It's very challenging. I don't think I could do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like I just think about this all the time. We only have one, and he's at an age where it's like I don't have to explain anything to him. like that's nice.
Yeah.
Shane, I
He's
think
not
I
gonna
was telling
remember
you,
any of
like,
this, so.
yeah, right. Like, you have a daughter who understands what's happening, but doesn't necessarily mean like she is reasonable, right? I'm sure she's said
that's
multiple times, like, I want to go hang out with my friends, or, and is mad at you that she can't.
It's like you live here.
Right. Or like, if you had a 4-year-old, where it's like, oh no, you can't say hi to your friends when you see them on the street, and you can't really explain why. Right. I mean, you can explain, but they don't understand.
You just tell them they're very bad people.
Right.
And
for now. And then they're good again in a few years. So yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm just trying to see, we're fortunate for some things and it's difficult for others, but what are you going to do?
Everything you're going to take it step by step, day by day, as cliche as it is. I think a lot of people sound like sports coaches now, giving interviews after the game. It's ridiculous. How about the jobs? Flexible.
Yeah. I mean, my CEO, who's like, I don't know if I've mentioned him on the show before, but he's like a very like, if Elon Musk was normal, I guess, he's like the face of the company. And he's very like, gets in the day to day and stuff. He probably wouldn't appreciate it if he heard me say he's like Elon Musk with normal.
Don't say that.
Yeah. But and he did brag about this. I think he was the number one. He was the top personal donor to the Walz campaign, the governor here in Minnesota.
Well, he's getting his money worth.
He gave the most, or something like that, of a non-business entity or something.
Wow. He gets them every day now. I mean, it's amazing. It's a high return for his dollar.
Yeah. So he's like all on board. He's like, yeah, we're not going back into the office until there's a vaccine. Where he like had this whole like DEFCON plan, and we're at DEFCON 1. So until we're at DEFCON 3, no one's back in the office. And here's like he has like a whole like system of like, here's, what it means. And here's where, we think that's going to be based on information we have. And so basically he said we won't have 100% staffing until there's a vaccine. And, I mean, I know that there's like some hopeful trials and stuff happening, but I think realistically, we're talking about next year.
We will probably be having this conversation next year.
I wish my workplace were that way,
because this is going to be a while.
What'd you say, Jared?
I wish my workplace were that way.
Yeah, Jared is the polar opposite.
From what I hear, they are raring to get people back in the office as soon as possible.
What?
Because we're not a work from home company. Who is? Most companies aren't.
My CEO he hates work from home. I don't understand why, because it seems like most people are fine, and if they're not, then that's fine. They deal with them. Yeah. But he was real big on telling us right away, nope, we're keeping everyone safe. And like a lot of talk about what happens when we do start coming back, like spreading out. We actually have a 8-floor tower that we built onto the main campus that's only 2 floors full. So I'm thinking that they might finish off some of those just to give us more space to fully spread out.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, it is interesting how you have some places that are full on, we're going to keep you away, and then you've got other companies that are willing to throw you to the wolves.
It's weird. Like if you have a job that you can perform like 100% from home, like me, there's nothing I'm not able to do other than meet someone face to face, which is you're not going to do for another year. Sorry, it's just not going to happen. There's no reason for me not to work from home other than people on the upper chain thinking that we're all just screwing around at home, not actually doing any work, which is stupid.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with workplaces that want you to be, in each other's presence, because there's absolutely an energy a lot of times when you're dealing with other people. But just to have you work from home or not work from home because they don't trust you or they're treating you like an infant, that's a whole different story. That bothers me.
Yep.
And breaking news, the white cat has broken into the office. She may be walking in front of the camera at some point. but she wants to be involved.
Disappointed!
Nice.
Well, before we jump into the rest of the show,
Wait, I want to share something with you
go
guys
ahead.
real quick.
My white
All
cat
right.
looks like the cat behind you, by the way, Adam. Very
I
similar.
can't share. I can't share my screen.
Oh,
We-
can I allow you to share your screen?
You're gonna give me
I don't
sharing
know how
ability.
to do that. I'm new to hosting meetings. Here.
Let's have fun with this, guys. I mean, we're breaking new
More,
ground.
allow record.
boundaries.
No chat. No.
This is only going to play on the YouTube. So if someone's listening to this,
Yeah.
you're going to want to.
You're gonna want to see
swap on
this.
over.
This is just
Yeah.
quality content. I
Right.
don't know how to allow
there's the
you
cat.
to.
You
I'll look
see
at
her?
that for the.
Oh yeah.
She's
She's
walking
huge.
across the keyboard.
She's got a nice little scarf. Oh,
I mean, I guess I could
now
do-
you have to tune into the YouTube version.
Can I do this? Can I just show you my screen?
Yeah, do that.
Oh.
The house is that the housewives?
I don't know. It's a meme, but I don't know where they come from.
I think one of them is a housewife. Oh, is that your real house right there?
Yeah.
Look at that nice office.
Oh my gosh.
Jared, someday maybe we'll get an invite.
Someday.
Do you
I
see
don't know.
who
He's
that
got
is?
a lot of.
I don't know if you can tell who that is.
What's his
It's my
face?
CEO and J.K. Simmons.
Oh,
We had our-
nice.
We had our company meeting, our first ever virtual company meeting, and Oscar winner J.K. Simmons called in.
That's
Amazing.
awesome. I love it.
Okay, I turned on the setting to allow all participants to share screens.
Okay, Adam,
So there you
can
go.
do it now.
Wow,
See?
there it is. Oh, and then one full screen. Fun.
I love it.
So anyway, I'm going to hide that now and stop sharing.
See, we can read all your Gmail.
Oh man, they see my coming soon stuff too.
Ah, sneak peek, folks.
Sorry, cat jumping through. She's very excited to be here. So quickly, scale of 1 to 10. How's the country handling handling this pandemic? Go ahead, Jared.
How's the country overall?
Yeah.
We're at about a
Give me an
3.
overall. Give me
I'd
a
say a
scope
3.
score.
Scope
3.
score. You know what I don't have? I don't have the scope score set up.
Also, a
Scope score
3
That's
is
one thing I gotta do.
pretty good for scope score.
Yeah, but not. If you do the math, which I know you're a math guy, that probably puts us at about 1.5 star.
Right. We're talking No, what was that show?
Girlfriends was our
Girlfriends, yeah.
that was our baseline.
Do you think that show would hold up better today? Like
Now
if
that
we,
we
if we gave it a fair shot now with our now that we're a little bit more I don't know, woke. That show
maybe,
would
but we
resonate
like
a little bit better
we
with
like
us.
Diana Ross's daughter. What's her name? Tracy
Ullman.
Allen Ross or something. She's on Blackish. She's the mom on Blackish. She was the
Hmm.
lead in Girlfriends. So maybe it plays
Maybe.
better.
Adam, did you grow a quarantine beard? Did you just let it go wild and woolly for the first month or so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I shaved it down to a mustache.
Nice.
And then I grew it back and I shaved again this weekend because
Cool.
I feel like every
I'm
time
turning
I
back
go
to my
out,
normal.
I just have I touch my face when I have my beard's too long. So
You get a little too Fauci on it.
yeah.
This is as much as I've done right here. This is about
I really
2.5
wanted to see Shane
days.
grow a quarantine beard, but he never got it. I let it go for a good month. I just wanted to see what would happen because I've never let it go that long.
Oh,
I got to a certain point where it just sort of was. It was not coming down. It was coming out. It was a big.
that's
it was
good.
Poofing, and I was like, this is not
Eventually,
good.
gravity takes over, and then it goes
I know.
down.
I didn't have the patience. I didn't have the patience.
You
So
gotta get one of
I
those
took it down to
beard
my normal.
brushes.
I took it down to my normal scruff. I'm due for
I
another
asked
trim,
Mandy if she would cut my hair, and then I said I kind of would like a mohawk. I've never had a mohawk before.
What was it?
And then
Jumping through the
I
frame. I love
asked,
it.
but the question is Mohawk or are Mohawks cultural appropriation?
Is
Good
Mohawk.
question.
Yeah,
That's a good question.
and it turns out they are. So
Oh, really?
then,
Is there a proper non-appropriative name for it?
Oh, I don't even mean the name. I mean the haircut itself is a cultural appropriation.
Oh, so there's really no.
I mean,
option.
according to one person, but it was enough to make me just say, I can do
perhaps
something else.
not. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Crazy cat. Well, I think we've covered a lot, and we will continue. Elizabeth is licking my iPad screen, and it's scrolling it as she licks. She is insane. How about this? We can talk about the quarantine all day long, and we will in future episodes and in the next segment. So let's take a quick break. We'll be back with the first scope in 5 months, and it's a doozy. So for Jared, Adam, Shane, it's been so long, I don't even know what I'm saying.
But we'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll be back in a second, everybody.
Folks, it's the live read that you missed so much over the last 5 months. It's back. Patreon. That's the thing. You want to support the show? Patreon.com/The Scope Show. You can pledge as little as $1 per episode, set a monthly cap, cancel anytime. I mean, you're paying for all these streaming services right now. You might as well pay for us too. We're finally back giving you the content you want. Patreon.com/The Scope Show for more information. I have the full 2-minute bed in here for some reason.
Nice.
I must have trimmed it down in my other sound app, and this one just has it free and clear, just playing the entire run of the song. So I could just vamp forever, but I don't really want to.
People are flush with cash, Jared. I mean, let's use the
flush
2
with
minutes.
cash. You got too much money. You got some of them Corona bucks burning a hole in your pocket. Patreon.com/The Scope Show. Just sign up. Just do it. Help a brother out. Help us pay for this. I spent money on software to make this whole thing happen for you. All right.
Listen to one of the finest voices, radio voices in all of Richfield. So says all of our Richfield friends, Jared.
Yeah. I mean, that's an endorsement you can't deny, obviously. So you need to pay for that. So anyway, patreon.com/The Scope Show for all the details. Get over there now. Bye. That's the wrong one. I'm new to this. That's better.
Hey, everybody, we are back with episode 297. The world's burning, so what?
You're so low key.
Jared, Adam, and myself, we've got nothing better to do.
On a Tuesday night.
Tuesday night.
I'm in shorts and slippers. This is a weird look for me.
What are you wearing, Adam?
The same thing I wear anytime I'm at home, no matter the season. I have gym shorts on and a t-shirt.
I was going to say t-shirt on top, full luchador costume on the bottom. Right?
Sorry, literally my cat is going after every single cord. She's never done this in her life.
She just knows. She knows.
I'm wearing a nice button-up shirt and pants, jeans.
Oh, that reminds me of a question I wanted to ask. Are you guys? I know we talked about stuff in the first segment. I'm bringing it back here just because I have one follow-up question. Are you maintaining like a daily routine? Like you getting up, showering, getting dressed for work?
Absolutely.
I'm showering at night every other night, just because. Mandy's showering in the mornings, so it's not really feasible for us both too.
Right.
I have to shower in the morning because my hair is just completely wackadoo these days because I have not had a haircut in over 2 months. So yeah, if I get up and just let my hair go the way it is, I'll look like a homeless person. So can't have that.
You can't.
I don't. Have you been to the grocery store? Everyone looks like that now. It's fine.
I haven't. I get my groceries delivered.
Oh,
I haven't been to a store in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to Lund's and Byerly's every time because I love seeing old people.
Right. Well, let's not go too far down that rabbit hole because you were literally starting to get into my idea for the next B block for the next show next week. So let's
stick there.
Let's stick with what God dealt us, which is what we're into right now. This is a reoccurring Scope Show bit, but it's never been as poignant as it is this particular episode. We're going to talk about things that have been helping us get through the pandemic, or at least forget it. By the way, it's only been like 2 months, right?
Oh, I know.
Although Jared almost exactly 2 months.
Jared and I have been talking about this for a little bit longer than 2 months. Like we saw the freight train coming. We saw it coming so well that we did nothing with our 401ks. That's my bad. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do with it though?
I would have just moved it all into cash. That's what I would have done.
Just stuff it in a mattress.
Gold bullion.
Hope for the best. How is your 401k set up now? Do you got like a special, like one of those special programs, or like
a special program?
Well, I don't know. Like how are your funds divvied up?
Yes, I have an allocation.
Yeah,
that's
the word.
That is usually tied. I'm not an active trader or investor, so I don't like to pay attention to it. So I usually just tie it to what the markets are doing. There are certain index funds that do that. The problem is when the index funds are down, Adam, so are you.
That's why I don't have a 401k.
Smart guy. And luckily, in just a couple
of months,
she's
relying on being a ward of the state.
In a couple of months, everybody, things are going to be cooking. To quote a certain someone.
I mean, the markets have responded.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what they're looking at for hope, but
Adam, you used
they've
to be
come
in the
back.
financial information business. You know as well as I do, it never goes up as fast as it goes down. That's the truth.
Yeah.
That is the truth.
That's salient financial advice from the scope.
I feel
Yeah.
like
think
there
any
are
of
a
us
lot
are
of rich
retiring
people making
anytime
a lot of
soon.
money off of that concept. I don't know how, but I feel like the little guy isn't doing well because of that.
No, there's
Anyway.
a lot of rich people know how to game the system. And
Yes. And that should have been our focus on this podcast for the last 10 years, but nope. We had to fight about Transformers for 2.5 years.
So yeah, so we're getting by just fine in quarantine. There's no problems at all. We're just completely fine.
We were so mellow in the A block, and all of a sudden the anger and angst and anxiety is just starting to bubble up.
That's isolation life, baby. Things
is.
are just like you're just like, I don't know, and then you're like, ah.
It's insane. So hey, let's get to what we're into right now. Jared, I'm going to start with you. Talk about something that's caught your attention, mellowed you out, made you forget, and it probably shouldn't be weed.
No, it's not weed. I got two things. One that is
All right.
like personal, and one that is an entertainment property. So
Okay.
I'll do the personal one first. And as dumb as it might sound, it's like I've really gotten more into fitness. Like
More?
I've been like paying attention to my fitness more than I was before. And if I don't know how much I've talked about it on the show, but I have been doing like weight training for almost 2 years now. And since I was paying attention to how things were going, I was able to get some equipment and sort of have a home gym set up. So
You got ahead of the curve on that.
I got ahead of the curve. I had some stuff that I was watching. Yeah. Well, I just got a set of adjustable dumbbells and an adjustable bench, and then I later added some resistance bands as well. So it's nothing major. It's not like I have like a squat rack or anything like that in my house, but
Coming soon.
I was just paying attention to where things were going, and I had some stuff in my wish list, and I started to notice prices creep up, and I sort of just like I gotta jump on this because I think I know where this is headed, and so I was able to snag some equipment before it disappeared or was astronomically priced. So
You get on that.
You had the foresight on your 401k like you did on weight equipment.
what are you gonna do? All my stuff's in index funds. I don't. Whatever.
Did you get the Ring Fit Adventure before it became $350?
What is that? I don't even know
That's
what that is.
the Nintendo Switch exercise game.
That
Oh,
thing, yeah.
No. So
Is it really
So
that
yeah,
expensive
I've
to
been.
get it?
Yeah.
So I've just been paying attention to that. I've been able to kind of adapt the training program I was on to just dumbbells and resistance bands and body weight stuff in the house, and still training 4 days a week. Still, eating my calories normally. I was a little concerned for a while there, but the food supply chain hasn't really collapsed for the most part, so I'm still able to eat the stuff I normally eat. So yeah, I've had some stressful work days, and to be able to just end my work day and immediately go transition into a workout, like literally like 10 feet to my left, has been therapeutic. Like I feel so much better after I'm done with a session. And so, yeah, that's what I'm into. I'm into doing that. I'm into like tweaking my workouts and watching how much volume I'm, doing through a week, tracking, trying to progressive overload. So you like get stronger and all that stuff.
Are you seeing positive results?
I think so. I think, I'm better. I'm able to pay attention more to my mechanics at home because there's nobody watching me. Like it's just me.
Right.
So like if I screw up or if I need to like stop and like correct myself or whatever, I don't feel like I wasn't too self-conscious in the gym, but I definitely was in the mindset of I'm on my way home. I'm going to do this because this is who I am now. And I just want to do it on my regular thing. But some days it's like, I just want to go home. So I would like maybe, cut corners here and there, or maybe not do as much work as I was supposed to, just because I'm like, I just want to get through the session. I did it. I feel good about that, but I just want to get home. And now I'm already home. So I have no excuses. And so I've actually been increasing my workload.
That's great.
And it feels like it's a good stress reliever for me. Like I said, I end the workday I could be a little bit stressed, and then I just start moving some heavy weights, get a little elevated heart rate, a little sweat. By the end of it, I feel a lot better. So I'm happy that I'm able to maintain that here in isolation.
You're inspirational. And when the gyms open back up full force in a couple weeks, you're going to be right back. You're
canceled
the first
my
guy
Y
in there.
membership. I don't know that I'm going to go back at this point. I mean, it could be a year before I go back to a gym. I think at some point, if I continue to progress, I will at some point reach a point where I don't have enough resistance in the house to continue to advance. And so I'll make a call at that point. Like, do I need a place with barbells and stuff like that? Can I get that for myself? Do I have space for it? Those are all questions to be answered later.
Pull-ups.
But for right now, I don't have a gym membership. I just have my house, and I like it. And Angela's been taking advantage of it too. She doesn't do a lot of weight training, but she, for the first month,
the cat just knocked over Star Wars. I got it. Okay. You keep talking.
She's yeah. So she's been she has an Orange Theory membership, and they put that on hold or whatever. But they were doing like online classes. You could just stream them off of YouTube or whatever. So she did that for a month, and now she's doing this Dancers Who Lift program. So it's like a 21-day program from a dancer / fitness instructor. So she's doing all these exercises too. She's taking advantage of the space and all the equipment that I've got. So it's benefiting both of us. So there, that's me.
I love it. Well, my fitness is slightly less strenuous, but I get out and walk every day. I appreciate that as something that's good. I think a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah.
But
there are a lot of people in the neighborhood.
Right. I'll get into my personal thing that we've been doing, and this includes a future guest on the pandemic version of the Scope, music critic Al. He came up with a March Madness style bracket for The Office. So as a family, every night after dinner, we would watch 2 episodes of The Office, rank them, or pick our winner, and then send them off to Al and his wife. And between all 5 of us, we would come up with a winner. And we just kept doing that until we got to the final 2, which ended up being the Dundies, which is this early season 2 episode, versus Dinner Party, which is the classic Office episode where Jim and Pam go over to Michael's for a dinner party with Jan, and hilarity ensues. And that one did win, but it was a real treat getting to go through the kind of the best hits of The Office and just be reminded of how good of a show it is. And we did that for the first couple months of this, and we finished. We're a little sad about it, so I had Al whip up a bracket for Parks and Rec. So we're just starting the Parks and Rec, and man, those shows, at least the first 10 that we've watched so far, not a dog in any of them. I mean, that I still feel like, I think, is from front to back, Parks and Rec is probably the better show, but you can tell they kind of come from the same DNA, and it's a lot of fun to go back into that world and not have to worry about disease and viruses around you. Although,
do you get weirded out seeing people like just in normal, like everyday social situations, and you're like, I can't believe they're hanging out with these people in the same room?
Yeah, I mean, it
is weird.
It is strange, but that's tempered with, you have these weird characters that are sort of like funhouse mirror versions of real people. So it's not quite realistic. The bummer part is when you watch Parks and Rec, and they talk about that kind of came out of the Obama era of politics, and there's a hopefulness to it, which obviously we have not seen in quite some time, and I don't know when we're going to see that again. Those days might be over completely. It's a bummer when you say, man, I wish Leslie Knope was our president, this fictional character. But here we are anyway. So.
You given the edge to Parks over The Office, is that maybe a factor of The Office perhaps going a season or two too long?
Yeah, I mean, I think that show should have ended when Michael left, honestly. Yeah. I mean, there are some good episodes after, but it just did not have they just didn't really know what to do with the leader of The Office. So they sort of went between Andy, and then they had Robert California in there. And it was sort of uneven. So I think Michael was the total fulcrum of that show. And when he left, it went away. So, but hey, still great show. Adam?
Yeah, I'm going to leap off of your Office and Parks and Rec bit here and talk about the, I think, creator of both of those, Greg Daniels, his new show.
Oh, yes.
Upload, which is an Amazon Prime show. And it is,
on the front page of my Amazon every time I go there.
I think it's the most different of his types of shows. There's one, did he do Brooklyn Nine-Nine also?
I don't know if he is involved in that. I think it's
other people from.
Is it Mike Shearer?
Yeah. But it's a show about the future, some amount of time in the future, where when you are near death, you can choose to upload your consciousness to the cloud. So there is a Black Mirror episode, if you guys have ever seen it, called San Junipero. It's like the only happy-ish Black Mirror episode in my mind. And so anyway, that's the premise of the show is the afterlife. Living in digital space. But it's weird because since it's digital and you're in the cloud, you can still communicate with living people. It just costs bandwidth to do so. But there's like a mystery involved. There's romance. The humor is like, it's pretty dumb humor, like a surprising that it's like not highbrow by any means. It's not dumb, but it's not highbrow. But I don't know. It just struck a chord. I watched all 10 episodes like in 2 days. Like I took a lunch break to watch 2 episodes one day. So
I miss that ability in myself. I think that's something, for whatever reason, I've lost during the last 2 months is my ability to just binge a show in like 1 or 2 sittings. Like I lose focus. Maybe I just I can't tune out the outside world that long anymore right now. And I miss that, because there were times where like a new Netflix show would hit and I would binge it in a weekend and it'd be great. I'd be so excited about it. And now I just can't bring myself to do it. So I don't know.
You got to be careful because new programming is limited at this point. I mean,
I got a lot in the tank. I'm not too worried.
Every new show is going to look like the three of us. That's essentially going to be a new show. We might actually get network pickup if we keep.
Let me check my inbox. Let's see what's coming in.
Korean Baseball League just started, so we've got a whole season of that before things get real bad.
So sad that they can play baseball and we can't. Anyway,
they'll get 5 games in. One team will be infected, then it'll be over. So
test and trace. They got it.
Nice. So Jared, what's your media selection for what you've been?
My media selection is I've gotten right back into Star Wars Rebels. So everyone knows, maybe they don't know, but everyone in our world knows that the final season of Clone Wars just finished up on Disney Plus. I thought it was a great season, especially the final arc, which was fantastic.
Did you watch it?
Really,
Adam?
sort of.
I have not watched the last 2. I guess there was 2 on the last day. Yeah. So I haven't watched the end of the Ahsoka arc, but
it's fantastic.
I'm up to
fantastic.
That. Yeah.
So having seen how Clone Wars ends, I kind of wanted to go back into Rebels and see how does this play now that I know how that storyline ends?
Did you watch all of Rebels or did you drop out?
Yeah, no, I watched it all. I watched all 4 seasons. My initial impression was it sort of started slow. I didn't really get into it, but the back 2 seasons for sure, I was definitely into it. My impressions have changed. I'm way into it right away. And maybe that's just because I know where it's headed, and I know these characters better. But it feels like it's way more in Star Wars proper right away, in my opinion. And I didn't realize that we meet Ahsoka right away at the end of the first season. I felt like it was later on in the run, but nope, she shows up right at the end of the season 1. So does Darth Vader. So it's you kind of get this small time thing, and then right by the end of the season 1, it really expands out into high stakes stuff. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm probably a quarter of the way through season 2 now, and those seasons 2 and 3 get longer, and they're full 22 episodes. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I do miss the Clone Wars animation style that they finally landed on with the final season, because it looks so good. And I'm excited about the rumors that there was going to be a post Rebels animated series using the Clone Wars animation style. I think that'll be amazing. Yeah.
Is it true that I've heard that Disney went in and added cloth masks to every character? True.
This took place a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. James.
They don't have to worry about coronavirus.
It's in the past. It's all in the past.
Sorry, COVID-1 because we all know that we're in the 19th version.
19th COVID.
Right.
Just
Why didn't they catch it
didn't even
earlier?
have to give it numbers. COVID episode 1. Good times.
So yeah.
So the show that I really got into towards the beginning of quarantine was the second season of HBO's My Brilliant Friend, which is an Italian. It's all in Italian, and it tells the story of a couple of two girls, pretty much their lives starting in the 1950s all the way up until modern day. It's a show that's based on a really popular series of 4 novels by Elena Ferrante. And they, like I said, they just finished the second season, which is the second novel, and it's kind of soapy, but it's really beautifully shot. I mean, it's like I said, it's all in Italian, all filmed on location in like different areas across Italy. So it's beautifully done. And
can't do that now.
No, cannot do that now.
It's like a period piece too, right?
And it's a show that Carrie and I started watching in season 1 and we weren't quite sure about, but man, by the end of the first season, we could not wait for season 2, and that dropped right before Pandemic City, and we've really been enjoying it. So if you have HBO and you're into that sort of thing, give it a chance. A little bit of a slow burn, but a lot of fun to watch. So My Brilliant Friend, season 2.
I remember you talking about season 1.
Yeah,
and,
I'm surprised you didn't watch that show.
I just ran ahead of so many other things to watch, and I just didn't get
and now
to
you
it.
can't concentrate. So
I know watching something that's into Italian and subtitled. I don't know if that's quite in the cards right now for me, but
oh my goodness,
it's like Life is Beautiful all over again, but a whole season's worth,
yes.
2 seasons worth.
They make joy out of Nazis in concentration camps.
Yeah,
so much fun.
I haven't quite finished the final episode of Westworld season 3 yet, but
yeah, I've got
it's been okay.
I've got like 5 episodes left, so I'm way behind. Adam, do you watch Westworld?
No, I watched the first 3 episodes, and I said, this is just not my thing.
Peace
not
out.
Everything's for everyone. Is there what's the new show? Is there something new starting on HBO? Because I know that once something ends, something new comes, and I've just not been paying attention.
Yeah, The Golden Compass. I don't know I'm sure they gave it a second season, but
yeah, but immediately, this weekend.
I do not know.
Okay, I think that Mother's Day they had that movie.
Yeah,
was it a Mark Ruffalo movie?
Is it the guy from Hulk, where he's playing twins? Is that the
new yes? But then is that a show?
Yeah, it's a miniseries. Okay.
Yeah. Mandy and I started watching Bad Education. Which I think they referenced on SNL this week. That's the show. That's the movie, the HBO movie from 2 weekends ago about the New York superintendent that embezzled millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And Hugh Jackman barely looking like Hugh Jackman. It's pretty good so far. I really like halfway through. Yeah, I like it so far.
Okay,
we'll check that out. We're just slow at watching stuff.
Yeah, there's no urgency really. It's not going anywhere.
No.
Yeah, and we're not either.
Yeah, we are not. So I think there's a lot of stuff to check out. We will.
Hey, no, I'm gonna mention.
You got one more thing?
You only gave me one.
Okay,
so
I wasn't sure if you had 2.
Oh, Shane, I have so many things. I'm going to combine 2 into 1 here because they're polar opposites.
How's that ocean breeze treating you? By the way, it looks
great.
Like lovely.
It smells, like that salty smell of the ocean.
It looks. You just came back from the buffet because people love buffets.
Yeah.
Look, man, you just got to live your life. The government can't keep you contained.
No. Me and my Second Amendment friends are taking over this place.
Liberate.
Yeah. So let's see. There's a board game that Mandy and I started playing 2 years ago, last year, called Gloomhaven, which is
heard of this?
Legacy style game. and it's really fun. It's legacy, meaning there's like a campaign you go on and you kind of like destroy the board
like
or
Pandemic
cards.
Legacy.
And Adam's going to set it up, and we're going to play an entire game right now.
Right now. The problem with it is it comes in a box that's, I'm not joking, 27 pounds. There's a lot of pieces.
Do some bicep curls with that.
Yeah. There's the setup and the disassembly of it takes.
We got milk on a cow.
It's like 30, 40 minutes just to set it up.
How do you do games over Zoom? How are you doing that? Because you said you say Friday and Saturday nights for gaming. Like, how are you accomplishing that?
Oh, we're just playing Jackbox games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
got it.
I'll send you netgames.io also has like I think it's netgames.io. Netgames.io has like non-licensed versions of like Codenames and Secret Hitler and stuff like that you can also play online.
That's cool.
But yeah, so anyway, the setup is ridiculous. So I went online and I saw a lot of people were really excited about these storage containers. Basically, I bought another box that weighs not 27 pounds, but a lot. And it comes with 31 additional boxes.
Wow.
To organize this game. So that's
you spend like 4 hours just organizing it.
So does it like keep everything organized between sessions? So it
between sessions,
time? And
then like I don't know, you can kind of see like the names of the guys you're fighting on these things, so it's like real easy to find what you're looking for. And I'm like just really finding, so it's like these kind of pressed wood things, and then you just glue them together.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm finding the assembly of them really, really enjoyable. It's like barely a craft because it's not like I'm cutting at the wood. Like it comes just on sheets that you punch out. And
do they give you the glue?
No,
you have to buy that separately.
Craft glue. We have some here.
Calm down. I'm not crafty.
You can probably use Elmer's. It's just glue. But it's just like glue. I really like glue. It's like Lego, but it's the same sort of enjoyment as Lego, I think. So I'm really enjoying that, and it's it's fun to watch like the Michael Jordan documentary,
right.
While do it, because it's like you don't need to watch that.
Oh, you don't? Like, perfect. I need to watch that then.
You should, I think you should.
If I don't need to watch it, then that's perfect for me.
Yeah, you can do other stuff while it's happening. But okay. That's a very enjoyable documentary.
I know. Everyone's been talking about it, and I just haven't done it yet.
Get on board, Jared.
I know.
That's Michael
Jordan. Just watch all 8 episodes this week, and then you'll be caught up for the last 2 next weekend. Okay, so that's cool. That's what has been occupying my times recently. But also, on the opposite side of the spectrum, I'm trying to get off of as many Google services as possible.
Wow.
So I'm spending. So it's like this is like wood, and then that's like the opposite of wood. Though I guess I might have to go to like physical mail at some point here.
What's the reasoning for that?
They're just bad. Bad company, I think. The
worse
whole,
than Facebook.
Just the same bad.
Same.
I don't know if they're worse.
They're in the ballpark.
They're all bad, right?
Yeah.
I think like Apple, just the benefit of Apple is that they, at least so far, haven't made their customers the product like Google does.
Right. So what are you replacing services with?
So it's hard and slow to do this.
That's what she said.
You have an iPhone, right?
Yeah, I have an iPhone.
Okay.
I got
That's
off
step one.
Chrome, and I'm using Firefox, and that's been completely fine. I'm using Bing as my search engine, and that's been less than fine. But let me tell you guys, hold on, I'm going to search for something.
Is Bing a Microsoft browser?
Bing is a Microsoft, yeah.
It's their search engine.
Yeah. Microsoft, are you okay with them?
Yeah, same thing as Apple. They here, I'm going to share my screen again and show you guys how I have an Amazon gift card coming my way, because I have 5,400 Bing points, and I can do it right here. Look at this content, guys.
Wait, how do you get Bing points?
Just by searching on Bing, and then you can do things like do a quiz and stuff.
Well, gee golly gosh.
Adam's
There
only
you go.
put 86 hours into that $5 gift card. Good for you.
It's just searches I'm doing anyway. I'm not doing anything extra to get there.
It's just Coney 2012 over and over again.
Search. So, I mean, the hardest one is Gmail, obviously.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of search.
Thank goodness I
research
finally landed on Zoom for this instead of Google Meet.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of my account because of things like that, but
you're not giving them anything.
Like I've been looking at Proton Mail for like hosting my own. I've been looking at what do I have up in my tabs? There's
you can
a
start your own
website.
app store. Just start your own app store. Adam App Store.
There's a website called nomoregoogle.com, which kind of gives you a lot of alternatives, and then privacytools.io that kind of help with this stuff too.
Cool.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's like there's no rush. It's not like I'm worried about.
You got
you've already spent enough time in Google. It's like, yeah. Getting off of it, great, but it's not like there's a time that you have to do it.
They know everything about you now. This is actually what they do. After a while, once they get all the information, they implant something into your brain to actually make you get off of that stuff, so you stop wasting their time. So you've reached the end game, Adam.
It's diminishing returns on my data now. So they're just like, you're just wasting space.
Well, I look forward to your continuous updates on future episodes of The Scope.
Yeah. You can find out more on Google Blog. On my Google Blog. That's where I'll post all my updates.
Interesting.
A little antithetical to
Blogspot,
exercise.
Blogger, whichever one they own.
Blogger, yeah.
Does not sound like a success for you.
No.
Whew. All right. Well, we have talked a lot of nonsense. We're getting our sea legs back on.
Yeah.
So let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back with Under the Scope. I think that's what's next. Correct?
That is normal progress of events.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Take it away, Jared.
You're listening to The Scope. Under the Scope.
Oh, yes, Under the Scope, and that means only one thing, coming soon.
Is there a song for this?
Yes, I can't hear it.
Okay, just making sure I didn't forget anything.
There it is, Adam. This is all you. There must be millions and millions of things, right?
You guys told me to say Hamilton. That's all I got.
Usually,
are there not games? There's probably some games coming out still, right?
How about this? We'll go through music,
releases.
And then you say nothing of note.
Nothing of note. Okay, thank you. We've got like Netflix movies.
Oh, what's coming out on Netflix?
The Wrong Missy. That's the David Spade, Lauren Lapkus movie.
He's going to save us from the pandemic.
Sure. Maybe that's it. I thought there would be more. But,
sounds about right.
Oh yeah, Scoob, right? Scoob comes out May 15th.
Oh, right.
Scoob. Was that written by, what's his name? Guardians of the Galaxy guy?
Is it?
Or maybe he did. No, he wrote the original Scooby. I don't know.
Shaggy voiced by?
Who?
Bill Hader.
Wow.
Snowpiercer.
You know what? It's not
comes
Bill
out.
Hader.
Oh, yeah. I need to set up my season pass for Snowpiercer.
It's not Bill Hader. It's the other guy. It's MacGruber. Sorry.
MacGruber. A bit of a difference there.
Yeah. Same era. Did you find any video games, Adam?
Oh, video games. Right. Forgot I was supposed to be looking for those.
It's all Animal Crossing now. That's the only thing anyone cares
Animal
about, right?
Crossing Turnips coming soon.
All right. June, we do have the Animal Crossing wedding event
What
thing.
does that mean?
I think it's like probably you go to Harv's Island and take photos of people on doing stuff. Oh, hey, you know what just came out video game wise? Streets of Rage 4, and it's getting pretty good reviews. If you guys, we probably are those sorts of people.
I love Streets of Rage. I was playing the sequel, the second Streets of Rage, on my Genesis Classic mini system.
Genesis Classic. You got one of those?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's fun. Jared and I actually played around with it a little bit. over at his.
I haven't done the hack for it yet.
Yeah,
To
I
add
haven't
more
done that
games.
either.
Oh, sure.
Why would you? You don't do any of that.
What's that,
Three
Jerry?
the 3 button or 6 button?
Comes with 3 button, but I bought a 6 button. Come on.
Yeah, I know that they were going for the classic retail configuration in the US, but that 3-button controller, get out of town.
Ridiculous.
Gotta have the 6-button.
Right. So stupid. Well, there we go. Coming soon. That's it, man.
It's kind of it. It's kind of it.
Ugh.
Yeesh.
Well,
You guys excited for new consoles?
Yeah,
normally I am all about that, but it's like the last thing on my mind right now.
you're saving your money for rice and beans.
Exactly. You heard I got a beanstalk. A stock o' beans.
PS5 is coming October. Is that what we're hearing?
They have not officially announced it, but
Yeah.
But that's a rumor.
that was a
right?
leaked
And-
date.
What about
and
Xbox Series X?
They're just still saying holiday.
Holiday is a
Whatever that
very nebulous term that could be anywhere between.
And the Xbox, they're like the first round of games are going to be playable on the Xbox One as well. Is that what I'm seeing?
So
They have a thing called
Go ahead,
Smart
Adam.
Delivery,
right.
Okay.
which is basically a way of saying if you buy this, on the Xbox One, you will automatically be able to play it on the Xbox Series X.
If you buy it.
If
in
you
a
buy
certain,
it
about a certain amount of time.
Right.
So like Madden, for instance, the new Madden, I think that you have until like March of next year to get the Xbox.
Well, that's different. EA, of course, has to do
that's-
their own version
Right.
of it.
Okay. I didn't know if that was connected or not.
No, that's their own thing. The official Microsoft program is you buy a game that has Smart Delivery, you will effectively gain access to that same game on the other platform, on the Series X.
Is that first
Maybe
party games
vice
only?
versa also. It is Microsoft's program, but it's not just Microsoft games. So Cyberpunk 2077, they said that would use Smart Delivery. And then they also said, we'll do the same thing that Sony's doing, but they haven't announced what they're doing yet. So we can't say what we're doing for the PS4, PS5. But it sounds like Sony will have a equivalent
A
program.
similar system. I'll be buying that game, by the way.
Yeah. Now you don't have to wait. Are you going to get a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, or do you don't even care?
Honestly, at this point, it's not. I mean, the cost of those, which I don't think they have announced officially, but
No.
They seem to be very, very expensive. And given the uncertain times that we're living in, I don't think that would be a prudent purchase. To be honest,
So you're only
with
going to
you.
get one, rather than both.
No, I mean, at some point. My guess is, if life treats me fairly, I would probably end
Wow.
up getting both at some point. But I didn't get a PlayStation 4 right away. I had an Xbox, the new Xbox, and then it took me months before I got the PlayStation. So we'll see. It's just a weird time right now. You just don't know.
You don't
Mhm.
know. I'll be curious to see how well they perform, or if they'll be delayed because of the economic situation of
Yeah.
the world.
I think that that's a real possibility if you want to know the truth. No
It's
matter-
just weird that they keep especially Microsoft, they keep on saying no, we're good.
right.
Coming.
We're going to launch.
I mean, there's a real chance that people will just be so starved for content that they'll be willing to pay for it, and maybe
Right.
that's what they're waiting to see. But
right.
Yeah. World could be very, very different in October. Better or worse, hard to say. Okay, maybe
Absolutely.
not that hard to say, but we'll just have to see. Anyway, that was coming soon. So let's wrap it up, Jared.
you're very low key today.
Under the scope.
It's weird doing it in your house. I think Adam's toning it down a little bit too. You don't.
I don't care. I'm live. I'm hyped. I'll do what I want.
I have
yeah.
a child sleeping above
Right.
me. So
And I got my kid above me, and she's probably literally on Instagram right now, hammering me. Like my nerdy father is talking to a microphone, recording
Well,
it, and putting it
it's
out there
fair.
for people to consume.
it's fair.
Whatever. What is
Okay.
she doing with her life?
But
Maybe she
everyone's
wants to
fair.
start a podcast. You can help her out.
Right, absolutely.
Folks, we're back after 5 months. We're trying our best here. This may not be the best show we've ever done, but we're giving it a go. Just look at the 3 at-home SNL episodes. Mixed bag. We're in the same situation here.
Adam will be doing his Trump imitation next week, so that'll get us back on track.
I thought we were all going to write jokes for each other to say.
Ooh, we could do that. That could be fun.
That needs to be a show. We're literally just stealing everything that every other at-home talk show or sketch comedy show is doing.
We'll just have like we'll just be like Colbert and we'll just be drinking. It's a show. Welcome to A Scope.
Yeah, A Scope.
All right. If you have any feedback on how this show went, or you're just happy to hear our voices now that you're holed up in the dark alone, let us know. Comments at thescopeshow.com or call the voicemail line 612-21-SCOPE. That is 612-217-2673. Tony Partington is standing by to take your call. He is not taking a break during quarantine.
No.
He's still there on the horn waiting for you.
He's down in Florida right now. He literally is in Florida, probably in his bunker.
We're also on Twitter and Facebook. Those links are on our website. Website. Hey, we're at the website over there at thescopeshow.com. And I'm going to plug the YouTube channel because we're recording a video here that will likely be on that YouTube channel. That link is also on our website, thescopeshow.com. If you'd like to support the show, you want to see more of these episodes come back on a regular basis, head on over to patreon.com/thescopeshow. You can pledge as little as $1 an episode. You can cancel anytime, but you're not gonna. Once you start, you can't stop. It's like Pringles.
We may use that money for each of us to get a new Xbox and new PlayStation. That's why we spent some time talking about it.
Obviously.
Obviously.
And if you're shopping at Amazon, I know you're shopping at Amazon. Everyone's shopping at Amazon, despite your moral issues with the company. Because
Adam,
they got the TP. They got the TP.
They don't.
They got the TP for me. And for you.
That's
head on over to...
That's a whole show, by the way. Jared's incredible luck getting toilet paper and other...
So much. We're on to the lavender stuff, by the way. We're on to the lavenders, and it's not great. I'm happy we're going to get through that lavender stuff. I'm using extra squares. I'm telling you. Got to get through it.
Jared uses 1 roll per dump.
I just want it all up. It's a guaranteed plunge.
He's got
just so
lavender-scented toilet paper, Adam. I repeat.
Hey, whatever you got to...
By the way,
the
brand is Angel Soft, and I think they need to reconsider that name. It's not so soft, is what I'm saying.
Angel Scratch.
Yeah, it's a little rough on the hiney. After you're coming down from 3-ply quilted northern slide into the Angel Soft. It's a rude awakening, folks. But you make do in quarantine, right?
They're enhanced with broken glass technology, not the smartest.
If you got something on your Amazon wish list you've been waiting to buy, head on over to thescopeshow.com/Amazon, click that affiliate link.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you it'll support the show, but something will happen.
Right.
Who knows?
I'm going to buy that prepper barrel, full of
maybe you got
foods.
maybe you got your eyes on some workout equipment and it's finally in stock.
Adam, if my background would work, that is the one that I had picked.
We're going to work on backgrounds for next episode. That's all I got, Shane. Back to you.
Upgrade Shane's computer.
Thank you. Yes, that's what we need. Wow, what a
Make sure you sign up to join the Upgrade Shane's Computer Fund.
Yeah, we need it. A couple of notes before we close this out. One, I think we are going to try to get...
This is going to be an ASMR channel before too long.
Try to get some special guests. So it may not just be the 3 of us. I know there are some folks that want to jump on and do the show with us. So we'll try to do that.
And they don't have to come to my house anymore. Right. It's great.
And I think the plan, if you're up for this, Adam, is to try to do this weekly, at least initially, and then go from there. Get a few shows under our belt, take a break. But what else do we have to do?
I think if we go boxes to build, so
yeah,
exactly. You could do those during the show. It's okay.
I think we went over an hour here because we're catching up. We haven't done this in a while. But I think if we went weekly, the shows would probably be a little crisper, a little tighter, because we wouldn't have so much catch up.
Yeah. I've got some fun pandemic
themed
ideas we can do. So stay tuned, everybody.
Stay tuned.
All right. Well, let's wrap this sucker up. This has been what episode, Jared? 297.
297.
Can't hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves once again at the end. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I know I have. Fear not, Scope faithful. Days shall pass as if they were but a moment. And Jared, Adam, and Shane will return with another thrilling episode. Until then, send your comments to comments@thescopeshow.com or leave a voicemail message by dialing
612-21-SCOPE. at 612-217-2673.
Thanks for listening, faithful fans. This is Tony Partington saying, hasta la vista. Tune in next time to another terrific edition of The Scope.